Yo! So today's just a simple hitting tips video. So I recommend you guys use a team that the players throw pretty gassy, So I chose a team that had Noah Syndergaard because he throws absolute heat. And I just went with players on a team that I'm very comfortable with. For my settings, I recommend starting on Hall of Fame and definitely use zone interface hitting. For sure, it's most rewardable and it's definitely way better than directional hitting. So you guys look, these are my settings for my hitting. But beyond that, I also feel like that if you hit on, starting off, you hit out on legend, it's better because the pitch is coming quicker. And I feel like online, they come in quicker. So right then and there, if you get used to the small PCI, you can get on the ball, and if you get the eye for it early with the smaller PCI, it's way easier hitting on All-Star or let's say hitting on Hall of Fame. So I start off on Legend. I try to get a couple at-bats in there, and overall, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm not the best hitter in the world, but this is what works for me. And the number one and most important thing is always stay early. I feel like me playing this game, staying early is way more rewardable than being late. You might being slightly late. It could be a pop-up. It could be foul ball. But being early, it's better because if someone's throwing you inside pitches as a righty, and you're swinging at those and fouling them off, or even having base hits, you're taking away that zone spot for the pitcher to be throwing there. So right away, he's gonna have to throw outside pitches, or even try to throw balls to you. But that's where you develop an eye and stuff like that. So that's what I recommend personally. All right, guys. So right here, I would recommend, when you feel comfortable, go back to your settings, switch down to Hall of Fame, and you'll see the difference. Watch this. Boom. First pitch. It's a thing of getting comfortable in the zone and knowing which pitch is coming. I know you said we put fastballs inside. We know the pitch is coming, so we know that it's going to be there. We know where to put our PCI. But the thing is that to get down that timing is super important. Just right there, simple swing and miss, but it's also because I was very early. So it's good to get those early pitches on everything. Swing early on everything, because I feel like then again on Hall of Fame or even online, those pitches seem way more faster, and I have no idea why. But maybe I'm not the only one that feels like that. So I feel like having to get an eye for that early and using practice mode is definitely way beneficial than sacrificing you striking out or even losing the game on regular online. But definitely doing simple things like this, knowing where to put your PCI, and another one right there, another perfect. Things like this is what's going to make you become a better player. And personally, I'm not the best player, but this has made me one of the best. So then again, right here, I put in all the pitches just to see different pitch types, curveballs, sliders, fastballs. And then again, look at keeping it true, keeping it real. I'm not the best hitter, but there's great results. See, staying early, boom. I was late on that one, but it comes with overtime. Over time, I've gotten better. Then again, I watch the guys out there that are top 30 in the world, and this is what they do. So I recommend. I know I'm not the biggest, I guess you could say, MLB influencer out there, but I'm trying, so you got to learn. So that's what I'm doing. So the number one important thing I would say is definitely discipline. I struggle with it, so this is why I try to take all those strikes, or you say pitches that are not going to be in the strike zone, and try to get an eye for them in and outside of the strike zone. Now, this is where I feel like you become the best version of yourself, because you're seeing balls, you're seeing strikes, and you're getting an eye for which pitch is going to be in the strike zone. So let's say you have a slider that's down and away. I feel like the hardest pitch to tell if it's going to be a strike or not, because you could have one that's going to be hit the bottom corner, and you don't know if that's going to be a strike or not because the path of the ball is going to be fairly similar to it being a strike or a ball, if you know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, this is what I'm doing. This is how I get better, and hopefully you guys learn something from this. If not, tell me anything that I can learn to teach you guys, if that makes sense. But anyway, let's get a little hitty hit for me. Wow, another hitty hit for me. Boom. You guys have a good day. Peace.